A few moments later.
Might lose this. Might really lose this. Hi guys, I'm Saba and I'm back with this format since looks like people like this. I have to say that now I am lower rated than 2200, but you know, it depends on the days, and in these days I'm not really playing that well, but to be honest, it really depends. I'm human too. I might be sick in this day, I don't know. Don't feel like super well, but I can still teach you something, I guess, if I get to play. Okay, we can play the French. I know a ton of stuff about the French, so feel free to ask if you are a French player. If you are a Caricam player, just stop watching me. You are bad. I don't like you. Alright, so this is a exchange French. Now, if you are a French player, you need to know this line, because you are going to play this line like 7 times out of 10, you know, something like that. Everyone plays this at every level. Doesn't make any sense, because as white you play this to draw, you don't play this to win. But you see, people just play random stuff because I don't even know, and this is already bad. I have a 75% winning rate with the exchange French. It's literally a symmetrical position where I'm down a move. And I have a 75 winning percent rate. Because white plays to win, so he plays something, you know, unsound, something that is basically bad. And you take advantage of that. Now, this is terrible. You should castle, obviously. This is not good. What can you do now? I don't know. Defend with the bishop, but looks bad. Move the king looks bad too, but might be the best guy at this point. Or something like bishop e2, and I figure it out. But yeah, this position is already pretty bad for him. What you have to do, playing as white, is just castle as soon as possible. You play c3, bishop d3, queen c2. Put pressure on the king side. I do the exact same thing, but I'm just down a move. As simple as that. Now, what can I do? If I play this, thinking I'm clever, he just castle. If I play this, thinking I'm clever, he cannot castle. But he can play this, defending. And I don't think I have another way to put pressure. So I think the best way to punish this is just developing. And I'm going to take this diagonal, which I usually don't get, because they would have a bishop on d3. I'm just saying, you waste the time with the bishop. I developed the rook on a good square. I want the rook on e8 anyway. I have the diagonal, so I'm definitely better. Like, I don't have to win in one move, but I'm definitely going to be better throughout pretty much all the game. So c6, 97, and queen c7. This is the plan that you go for every time. There isn't really anything else you can do. Now, in this case, we can just take or slide the bishop back. I think taking is definitely fine. I mean, if you think about it, his bishop just made, I don't know, like the moves 1, 2, 3. My bishop just 1, 2. And now you have the queen in the center. I mean, there isn't a clear way to punish these, but it's still better. If I slide the bishop back, he can just take, for example, damaging my status. So there are 2 different ways to play. I'm not saying sliding the bishop back was bad. I prefer these, honestly. Now, with me saying I'm better, don't think I'm -1. Like, I'm really slightly better. There isn't too much in this line, like, every time, but you know, in the long run, you can definitely win. So this move is not that sound, probably. Knight on e2 was better. I mean, this knight is not really going anywhere. I could play this, or I could play this, but first of all, I could even play this, but I don't feel like that does make a ton of sense. I'm just going to play queen on c7, so putting pressure on the king side. I'm pinning the queen. H6 is coming. I just gain a time on the bishop and, I avoid getting mated in the future. It is always a useful move. If you can play it and let's say there isn't anything better to do, okay, you can play it. Otherwise, if there is something better to do, you should just develop pieces in general, let's say this. In this case, there is pretty much nothing to do. I mean, or I can expand on the queen side, but I can play h6 first. If you take my knight, I'm just happy, whatever. I think this bishop is better than this knight. That's what we get right now, okay. Yeah, I don't agree with this. So your idea, I guess, is playing this. Like whatever. What if I play this? I just lose material. Okay, so what can I do now? You might think about playing rooks, but I would like to win the game, not to have a worse position. So obviously taking space is sound. Is always sound. So let's play b5. The idea of b5 is that if I play a5 first, you can actually play a4. But in this case, if I play a5 and you play a4, I can just push. That's the difference. Because if I play this first and they play a4 and then I play b5, they can take. So yeah, b5 has to be correct. I'm not going to push now. I could, but I don't need it. Yeah, you see, people now tries to draw the game, but you just get into a worse endgame. A much worse endgame, probably. Well, I mean, you play this in this case, you actually lose the pawn. So you move the knight, and I could play this, but you can just defend. But I'm going to play knight on e4. The point is that this knight is now on a really good square. It's not so easy to remove it. And I mean, it just makes sense. I'm just improving the position of the knight. Okay, you move the rook. What to do now? Because now when it gets, trickier. Because I don't know what to do. I'm not sure, at least. An idea, because I played similar positions a lot of time, is definitely playing f5, consolidating even more. I don't think it is necessary. Now, the idea behind this is that if you move the knight and I take, I lose the rook. So another idea could be to play something like, I don't know, rook e7 or rook e6. Let's say you play this, take, take, take. I give you this, I don't want to. King f8. The queen gets in, I don't want to. Yeah, you see, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. I think I just go for rook e7. And I am happy with this trade. Don't think I should be scared or something like that. I think rook e7 just makes sense. Then going to take, there isn't anything better to do. Just going to take. Before taking the rook, always check if there is something you could do with this knight, but I don't think so. If you give this check, you actually lose material. Okay, now we get into definitely better endgame. I don't know how much better I am, but I'm definitely better. This starter is better for us. If we trade everything, we might actually be winning. So the most sound thing to do in this case is taking the file with the queen, because I have access to everything. So you might want to trade queens at this point, but if you play this is terrible for you. So you need to play something, a bit unsound and figure it out. Now, what to do? If I play this, doesn't make any sense. If I play this... Oh, this does make sense, though. I could play this, because if you take, I win a piece. And if you push... I could even push that in this. But I could just block everything. What happens if I play this first? So you take, I play this, then I need to take the knight. You give me a check, I play this. The knight is still hanging. You move the knight, take, take, take. Not sure about that. Let me just play this. Just makes sense. Just makes sense. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if you push, this is just a weakness. Because if I can push again, especially if I can push again, you are not going to defend this pawn with the b pawn. Oh yeah, I realized I'm just dumb and you can block with the pawn. So all of my idea was stupid. And I can just go back with the bishop, I guess. Although now we get a weakness. And we might get a pass pawn. But still better. Right, this would have been way better. I guess it's time to push. We push the pawn and we put pressure on the b1. Queen e4 is a good move. Because it is annoying. As simple as that. My bishop is good where it is right now. It's controlling a ton of important squares. I get the chance to trade. Hold on. I'm not so sure about that. What if I play this? You play this? Play this. Play this. Play this. Play this. Take. Certainly mate. Yeah, I like it. Let's go for this. I need to be aggressive now. If I want to win at least. Which is important. Let's play this. This loses a knight. That's why I said this was the move. But maybe even this is not terrible. Because you're still going to win the pawn anyway. Okay, this is risky. Quite risky, I would say. What if I take, give a check, play this, check, take, check, this, take. Yeah, could be 8 though, I guess, but it's not terrible. It's not a terrible move. Because otherwise, I'm just going to be down a pawn, you know. I miss this. I mean, it looks stupid, but might work, Yeah, this move, I think that works. Works indeed. If you take, you get... I'm not saying you're getting mated, but... Oh, no, wait. You are getting mated. Now I'm okay trading because I don't have time. As simple as that. If I had more time, I probably wouldn't have. In this case, I'm not sure about anything. Let's open the position. Or something I could do with 40 seconds. Yeah, might lose this. Might really lose this. By the way, this is the idea. Checkmate. Alright, I don't have time to waste. I need to win this. With these. Something like this. If I win this, I have a pass pawn too. So at least I can try, you know, to create some problems. I have 26 seconds. Which is not ideal. Yeah, this move is crazy clutch. But I don't care. He messed up. He could have won this. He could have won this. Really messed up. Wasn't even that hard, just at this point, just move the king, win this and push. You win. That has to be winning. So yeah, let's analyze the game. Alright, this is the accuracy. My opponent played more accurately. Wouldn't say that. He had more time. So let's see the position as black. As black. Alright, so is not inaccurate, by the way, is not inaccurate. This is a mistake. I agree. We give a check, he has to go back. Yeah, the move was h6. Doesn't change anything. You could just go back. And don't think I'm going to play. I mean, it changes if I have to play g5. If this is the suggestion, but I don't think so. No. Okay, so bishop f5 just makes a ton of sense. We take the diagonal. Now we play c6, consolidating. And I think we can give it. And as I said, I don't think I'm much better than just slightly better, but there isn't too much you can do in a position like this. Now I'm starting to get, you know, decently better, but again, there isn't too much to do. Apparently the move was g6 or queen d7. And in this position I thought was better, apparently I'm not. Okay, this was stupid. I agree on this. This was stupid. But also the best move. Yeah, so this was a mistake. What I should have done was playing this, and after you play this, probably just playing queens. We play queens, this is the end game. The problem with end games is that if you mess up, you know, too much with the pawn scatter, they could be losing. And with 3 minutes, I don't want to calculate everything. Otherwise, I'm just left with 1 minute to play all the game and I lose. So I just decided to go for this, a more aggressive approach, which is apparently bad. And by the way, this is the best move. That was a really good move. Yeah, I have to say, played the endgame well, but because I don't know, for some reason, I mean, he missed bishop take, and for some reason everything works for him. What can I say? Should have calculated better. Yeah, okay, and this is it though, but it's not an easy one. Let's say if you have not that much time. What is the idea? I think the way to draw this is just going for this pawn. This pawn is not going anywhere because you have the bishop. And I think you are in time to defend everything. Let's say we play this. What is the move? Yeah, b5. Yeah, okay. This is an easy draw too. No problems. If anything, I mean, the best way to draw if you are down in time is pushing this. Whatever it does is pushing this. Okay, let's say he doesn't play this. Let's say he plays a random move. You push this, you play the pawns, and you can sacrifice the bishop eventually for the pawn. And that is it. So yeah, this was a funny game, I will say. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon in the next video.